Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the 75-gallon terrarium update. Hold on, this isn't what the terrarium looks like right now. There we go. Welcome back to the 75-gallon terrarium update, man. We got a lot of cool updates that's gonna go on. A lot of things that we added, a lot of things we took out, and a whole lot of stuff. It's about to go crazy though. If you remember, I think either one or two episodes ago, we crushed up some rocks. The frogs are loving these rocks. The frogs, the beetles, the slugs, the snails, everything. And we're starting to have a little population boom with some of these baby slugs. You know, we have baby slugs all over the place now. And here goes the waterfront off of the pond. There goes some chickweed up in there. The snails like to eat the chickweed, so I always throw some chickweed inside of the water area, and the snails knock it down. There goes the grass from, I believe, one episode ago. We planted a whole bunch of plants in here, and it's actually looking real good, real decent. And if you guys could see, our strawberry begonia is still doing good in the tank. I love it. And all of this little holes and stuff that comes from the water worms and all the little wiggly worm things that be inside the water. You can actually see one to the right. And the OGs of the tank are still here. We still got the big dogs moving around. Our two zebra Daniels, they're actually doing fantastic. That they're so much bigger and just even stronger looking from when we first purchased them. And we got a dead beetle. It's kind of sad to see. I don't even think they had a chance to breed before he died, so that's why it's kind of bad. But it's okay. It's just nothing to throw more super worms in there. And can you guys see that? Oh, yeah, you guys probably see him now. That's one of our dragonfly nymphs. I believe we have 4 in the tank now. And you guys always say, like, take them out, take those out. They're going to eat your fish. They're going to eat your fish. I'm not going to spoil it, but I promise you they're not going to eat our fish. And this is just a clip of me feeding the fish, honestly. I know you're like, how are you feeding the fish? You're just pouring a water bottle in there. I'm about to show y'all. I'm about to get a nice little close-up for y'all. But first, I just poured a water bottle in there. And if you can see all those springtails and all the little things I just pushed out of the water. And here comes the fish. They'll come around in a couple seconds once they realize what's going on. And boom. Just like that. And honestly, I really don't even do this too often. If anything, they're eating all the little things that's running around inside the tank. And I know that they're having like at least a good healthy blend of food, because just look how healthy my man look. He looks great. His fins look good, everything. Nice and chunky. And he's actually even bigger now to this day. But yeah, I think these are becoming one of my favorite fish. They just look so good in the water. I like how they move together and everything. Here goes a little time lapse. Our last time lapse were terrible. We wasn't able to find anything. This time lapse, we got a little action going on. And you guys could just see the springtails going to work everywhere. Like, there's so many springtails. The springtails keep this tank spotless. Like, there's absolutely no smell, no mold, anything. Shout out to the cleanup crew. 3 a.m., I went out for a little walk to go pick up a couple plants. And picked up a whole bunch of plants from outside. It was actually kind of frozen outside, like the ground was frozen, but we were able to successfully pull the roots out of the majority of the plants that we picked. You guys know the chickweed goes in the water. The snails love it. Yeah, the tank is starting to come together. And as you guys got the little sneak. Now, these bladder snails have actually been keeping the tank in a good standing point, but I went to go get a water testing kit and tested the water, and we had a little ammonia spike, but that's nothing to get rid of. So here goes all of the plants in the tank. Yeah, they're looking pretty decent. They're looking good. I like them. The next day, came in to check on all the plants, see how they were looking, and they were looking good. But some of the OG plants we need to give a slight trim so that they could grow back better. And I don't know if you guys could see that little microfauna. And right there, there's a little snail egg clutch. Yep, with a planaria right in front of it. So I believe that's probably why our snail population isn't too high like it was before. And I'm not sure what this little worm thing was, but it looked like it was chasing down this little ostracod, maybe that is. And you could just see him creeping and creeping. And then he's slowly working his way up to the ostracod. Then boom, you see it trying to get away. Actually, I remember, this is not an ostracod. This is a baby snail that's actually trying to get away from this worm. I don't know if the worm is eating it or anything. I've never seen this behavior before in the tank. There's a first timer for me, but hey, I'm glad that I seen it. And you guys already know it's feeding time. Throw some big crickets in first. I always throw the big crickets in first, just to let the little guys try, and then I throw the smaller. And just watch this little cricket. That's crazy. That little guy almost got that cricket that's literally the size of him. And here goes this little guy. He loves to run around and hunt. He's pretty active. And the size of our darkling beetles and the size of the crickets are pretty much the same. And here go our zebra dangles doing their thing. I think these northern cricket frogs are really keeping things in check as far as not too much of something, so I'm enjoying it. And do you guys see that frog right there? There you go. Yep, that's the spring peeper. So I decided to pull the tank back and just look behind and see what I could see inside the dirt. And honestly, I found a lot of baby worms. That was about it. And as you guys can see, our dragonfly nymphs are vibing. And this is what it looks like when they are eating. I'm not exactly sure what he was eating, but he was eating something. And baby snails and slugs are just starting to pop up everywhere. Like, honestly, I'm not disappointed in the slugs, because the slugs are actually doing their thing. It makes sure plants aren't getting too high. They're eating a lot of dead plants. Like, I watch these guys all day, and we have a nice amount of them. The only problem I could say that I'm having with the tank so far is our snail population. I feel like our snails are not really repopulating as hard as the slugs are. But I'm probably able to change that over time with humidity. I could probably raise the humidity to try to encourage the snails to start breeding. So I'm probably going to try that over the next couple days and see what happens. And then if that doesn't work, then we're going to have to take extreme measures and probably add in about 20 snails and see how that goes. But as you guys can see, the baby slugs are absolutely in the tank. And all the chickweed died and got eaten. And I started seeing these little clovers coming through. And I went outside and found me another one to match it, and threw it on the opposite side of the tank. I'm not sure what this plant is, but I kind of like it. And if you guys can see back there in the back left corner to the right of the bamboo, it's a wild violet. One of my favorite plants. We had that plant inside of our old terrarium, but we never got them to flower. So hopefully we can get them to flower inside of this tank. And I still don't know what plant this is, but I really like this plant, and you guys are gonna see how much this plant has taken off. It's taken off already, but it's gonna do a lot more. And our creeping fig is actually doing good. It looks pretty bad in here on these days, but a couple days from now, maybe even a couple weeks from now, that plant looks good. Baby slugs are absolutely everywhere. Like that's our main creature in the terrarium. I feel like slugs, snails, beetles, worms, frogs, and a lizard. I think that's about it. And a scorpion, little things like that. But as far as little creatures, I think the slugs are the main boom. I'm not gonna add springtails because that's expected. More baby slugs. These guys are really everywhere. I don't even know if I can stop talking about them in this video. I'm not sure, but here we go, refilling the tank. Bing, bing. Try to wipe that thing off for y'all so y'all can see. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice and clean, nice and clean. And boom, just what the tank looks like, all filled up to the brim. Beautiful plants, beautiful plants. Looking back at these videos, because you guys don't know what the tank looks like today. Today, date is March 23rd. These videos were probably taken in the beginning of February. So what the tank looks like now is like, it's crazy looking back on these videos. But these little 2 dots right here in the middle of your screen are either slug eggs or snail eggs. I'm not exactly sure which one they are, but they're kind of in the open, so hopefully they hatch and don't get eaten. This guy had an accident, got his leg stuck in the bamboo. I don't know how. And just a little deep dive on the water section. I don't know if you guys can see on the bottom left of your screen, that is what is it, y'all? I'm not gonna say it. Leave it down in the comments. I just want to know if you guys are able to see it. You guys are a beautiful spring peeper with that sexy X on his back. I can't think if I want to get a breed for this. I believe this is a female. I haven't heard any calling from this frog yet. Ooh, I forgot about this. So here we go. We are about to open up the bag. Well, actually, we're probably acclimating right now. Nope. Okay, we are already acclimated. So we acclimated our fish, opened up the bag. Can you guys tell what that is? It's a beautiful cat. There you go. They got a catfish, man. I honestly can't remember. I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry, y'all. I know you guys be wanting names. I just write it down right there. Okay, I got you. So this guy, I added this guy in the tank to eat some more worms and to hopefully stop the aggression between the male and female, or male and male, or female and female. I have no idea at this point what sex fish I have. You guys can see both of them here. So if you guys know, please let me know. But yeah, just to break up some of that aggression. And it actually worked, to be honest. I most definitely noticed that the other fish stopped chasing the other fish as much. I don't know if they're actually chasing each other, fooling, but I don't know. Something's not right. But yeah, this little guy honestly took the show for me. This was one of my favorite fish in the tank. As soon as I dropped him in, I'm like, oh yeah, you look so good with your little whiskers. So I was kind of nervous of doing a water change on the first day of adding the fish because I didn't want to stress them out too much. But honestly, I just felt like it was necessary just because I didn't know the parameters of the tank this day and I didn't have any test sticks on me. So I decided to do a little small water change, nothing too big. And did a small water change. And the very next day, my boy was nowhere to be found. And then he just popped out of the back. And I was so happy. Like this video is probably, I probably started taking this video like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Like I've been looking for him all day. And I'm like, man, I guess I can't find him. Maybe he died. Maybe he got eaten. I don't know. And I was just recording the Daniels swimming around and found him. I was like, oh yeah. As you guys can see, I went to the store and grabbed some beautiful bonsais. Whoa. What did I just say? And grabbed some magnificent ferns for the terrarium. And if you guys know anything about ferns, you guys know ferns are a lot of plants in one. So I came down, broke down some of these ferns, and I patched them all into the tank, and this is what they look like. Now, I'm expecting these ferns to die. Yes, I said it. I'm expecting these ferns to die because of the humidity issue that I have with the tank. But I know once these ferns die and I start raising up the humidity, once they're starting to die a little bit, I'm going to get stronger and new shoots from the fern that could probably take the humidity from my tank. And they're gonna just grow in nice and good. And if you guys can see all those little sprinkled things right there, just a whole bunch of new growth. But hold on, what is that? That is a red back salamander, red line salamander. Like I said, I'm not good for good names, so here it goes. Okay. And I added in a ant colony I found in a piece of wood that I wanted to put in the tank. But the piece of wood was too big, so as I was breaking it down, I found a second colony to add to the tank. I'm not 100% sure what kind of ants these are. They kind of look like my pavement ants, but they look just a little bit different. I feel like they're just a little bit brighter and their backsides just look a little bit different. But these guys all huddled up behind this little piece of tree. And they stayed there for about a whole night, I believe. Came back the next day, and these guys were gone.